Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the New Ulm Forum. My name is Ruth Ann Webster. I'm the president of the New Ulm League of Women Voters. We are a nonprofit, nonpartisan political organization, and we're particularly interested in how our city is working and government issues and that sort of thing. And one of the things that's recently come into effect from the city is that the city has adopted an active transportation plan. And so I don't know if you know this or not, but there is a bicycle group in town that has been working on these sorts of issues. And so I have two people here who are very familiar with the bicycle group and the active transportation plan. Alice Johnson, who's serving as secretary of the serving as secretary of the bicycle group at the present time, and Jen Maurer, who's working with the Heart of New Ulm, and they've been working with all sorts of things to make life better here in New Ulm. So I've introduced myself, and now Alice, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Alice Johnson. Like Ruth Ann said, I am a member of the New Ulm Bicycle Group and have been since I moved here a few years ago. And I'm a physical therapist at Allina Health.
Okay. Thank you, and thank you for coming today. Jen?
All right, I'm Jen Maurer with the Heart of New Ulm. So I help facilitate the Heart of New Ulm project, which is now community owned. We have a 12-member leadership team and 7 action teams helping to support a culture of wellness here in New Ulm and across Brown County.
Great. Well, culture of wellness, culture of action, activity. Let's start with talking about the bicycle group. Alice, why don't you tell us when did it start? How does it operate? You know, anybody interested in the bicycle group?
Yeah, so the bicycle group started in 2009 with a group of New Ulm citizens who were really interested and passionate about bicycling and about pedestrianism and just being actively moving throughout the community. And with that, they wanted to submit for a bicycle-friendly community application, and so they worked together to submit that and get that bronze level award that we have as a community.
And did Heart of New Ulm help with that, or was it interested in that?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have one of our action teams is the Coalition for Active, Safe, and Healthy Streets, which partners a lot with the bike group, and they work together on lots of initiatives.
Okay, good, thank you. And I'm going to remind me to get back to that because I know that the Heart of New Ulm has other things besides bicycles going on. Well, let's just talk about that right now. I know you've had some activities about walking to school or that kind of stuff. Can you talk about that?
Yes, so one of our other action teams is our Safe Routes to School team, and that team is really looking at how to get more students to walk and bike to school. So in the spring and the fall, we do walk to school days. In the winter, we are doing something a little different because it is tricky to walk to school in the winter, but we will be doing a story stroll the first couple weeks of February because it's also I Love to Read month. So we will be putting a book up on the New Ulm Middle School and Elementary campus as well as New Ulm area Catholic schools. So then the teachers and students will be able to go out and walk and get some steps in. So lots happening with all of our teams.
That's interesting. And I know there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do. Well, tell us what the bicycle group does.
So the bicycle group meets once a month all year round. And then during the summertime, we have once a month also, we have a bike ride event. And so then we just go on a ride. We go different places. We go around the trails here in New Ulm. We go throughout town, just looking at different things. We go out of town. Just to have fun, get together, be active, maybe go on some different routes that you wouldn't normally go on, maybe explore the new construction areas that have been finished on the bike route and things like that. So,
and you have some, do you have some goals?
Yeah, as like during our meetings and whatnot, we try to do things to make New Ulm a better community for bicyclists. So we advocate for things for different trail improvements, for different signage around town to improve bicycling safety. If there's intersections that we feel are really dangerous, or different streets that just need a little bit better things. So we'll talk to the city on those things. We've invited Park and Rec in the past to come to our meetings, and that's been a really great relationship.
Tell us, I know that I'm going to be asking NewCat to put this information up, but if there's someone out there listening who wants to join the bicycle group, how best would that person proceed?
Yeah, so we do have a Facebook page, the New Ulm Bicycle Group, super fancy. So you can follow us on there. That will get you event postings for any of our meetings or our rides throughout the summer. And then you can also go on the chamber website. All of our events are on there, and that has my contact information as well, which would be you can just straight up email me, or if you know any of the members, they can help get you in touch with the group as well to get updates.
Tell us about the membership. Is it all?
It is free. No. And, who is it?
Who is it? Who
Yeah.
is it? Is it all young, healthy women? Or?
Yeah, no, so we have a good variety of members, and there are no dues, so you can just join and have fun. But we have all ages. We have, me, we have a couple other people who are slightly older. We have some older retired gentlemen. One of our members brings his daughter on some of the rides, and she comes with. So there's a variety of members, and there's a variety of bikes as well. So the one who brings his daughter actually has like a cargo bike where you can, like, if she gets tired, he can put her bike connected to his and tag along. And then we have some very new electric bikes and some of the fat tire bikes. We have the road bike people who ride, and just the regular mountain bike. We had a couple rides. I have a collapsible. We've had a couple with the little tiny collapsible. So really, if you want to see different bikes, it's a great place to talk to people about that too, because there are a variety.
Oh, great. Jen, I want you to talk about some of the things that you have seen happen, some positive things that you have seen happen in New Ulm with the help of the bicycle group.
Yes. So we are currently a bronze
Level.
bronze level bike city. So that is very much due to the bike group. We recently partnered on writing a grant to get the Bike May Use Full Lane signs that you will see throughout the community. Also when those are going up in replace of the Sharrows, which are the painted bikes that you'll see on the roads. And so they are up throughout the community on bike routes that the bike group helped us create. So they're routes that easily get you to school, to downtown, to other places throughout our community. And the bike group and the Coalition for Active, Safe, and Healthy Streets feel that they are the safest routes to get you there. So there's very strong partnership with the bike group and our other Heart of New Ulm action teams.
Great. Tell us how you have been interacting with the city, because the League of Women Voters is interested in government affairs, so I'm interested in how the various parts of the city of New Ulm government have cooperated or helped or made this all happen.
Yeah, the city has been a big partner in just about everything that we do. So our city engineer, Joe, sits on the Coalition for Active, Safe, and Healthy Streets. He helped us write the grant to do the active transportation. The active transportation plan is a city document, so the city owns it. They've been very instrumental when it comes to like the other grants, so the Bike May Use Full Lane signs. We helped organize that, but it really was the city, the grant funds went to the city to purchase the signs. Our city streets department was amazing and put them up extremely fast. They helped order them. So our city has been really great to work with and really looking at improving our streets and making them healthier for everyone here.
Great. So now I want to talk, there is a very specific active transportation plan, right?
Correct.
And again, if someone wanted to read that, and I think it's pretty long, right?
Yes, but there's lots of pictures,
Okay.
so don't let it intimidate you. So it is about 54 pages, but I would say it's about half photos.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
Okay, all right,
Yes.
good. If someone wanted to locate that, where would they go?
Yeah, so a couple different locations. It is on the city website, so you can go to the city website. And I know their website is very large, but if you type active transportation plan in their search engine, it will bring it up. And then it's also on the Heart of New Ulm page on our Safe Streets. We have a Safe Streets page where it's located.
And if someone had never heard of anything like an active transportation plan, how would you explain it? What is an active transportation plan?
Yes, so
What is an active transportation plan?
yeah, so a lot of cities are starting to have these plans. So back in 2022, we wrote a grant, a MnDOT grant, and received it to help us to create this active transportation plan. And what it is it's really is a detailed plan showing us where we can make improvements in our community to make it, safer for those who are walking, biking, other, mobility, to safely get around our community if you don't have a car. And also just to show problem intersections. It details out policies that are best practices, as well as grant opportunities. So it's just a great document where if we're looking to make change, it helps lay some of that out for us.
So it's a plan, it's sort of a roadmap.
Correct.
What would you say was one or maybe two of the most important parts of that plan, the things that when you think about it, you're the most proud to be in a city that has a plan like that?
Yeah, I think the part that I really like, so we actually had one plan back in 2013 from the Walk Institute. And so, it's great to see that the city saw, we had this plan, but we did a lot of the low-hanging items from it. And so to really look at our community again, now that it's been 10 years and we've made improvements, but how can we continue to make it better? And we also did have a lot of community involvement with the process of the plan. We had surveys, we had community members come to some of the meetings, so it was great just to see the interaction with everybody too.
Well, you talked a little bit about school children walking, and I'm in that cohort of people where I have friends who are now in electric wheelchairs. So can you talk a little bit about how that plan sort of tries to address the challenges that someone who's in a wheelchair face?
So when we were looking at the community, so we actually did a walk audit, and some individuals from MnDOT as well as the planning group that helped us write our plan came down and walked and rode bike, and we actually had a wheelchair too. Like, how easy is it to get from one intersection or across Broadway, and what are some easy changes that can be made in order for that to happen? We say easy, but it's very complicated. So all of the multi-mobile ways of you getting around town was thought of when thinking about the plan.
Well, and you mentioned Broadway. I know that another complexity is that they're city streets.
Correct.
And then some of the city streets are actually county highways. And then, of course, Broadway is, for the most part, a state highway. So it's that sort of cooperation that's required.
Correct.
Right? Mhm.
Yes.
Right.
And we've seen really good cooperation, especially if you remember by the New Ulm Area Catholic Schools where we have the bump outs now. That is a county road, and so there has been really good partnerships.
That's an excellent example. And would you, for people who might not understand why something like that is part of a plan, why it makes it safer, can you just explain that?
Yeah, so having bump outs and having the space that you are crossing be smaller is just safer. And we know that there's a lot of kids that are walking across that intersection every day, and even having their crossing guards out there and having it be not as far for them to cross just makes it safer for everybody. So
I think also part of that is designing the road so that the drivers feel like they need to go slower is really important in the safety of it, because I looked through the active transportation grant, and it was like the difference between going 30 miles an hour is like 50% chance that you'll die if you get hit as a pedestrian, whereas if you're going 20 miles an hour, it's like a 5% chance that you're gonna die as a pedestrian, which is a huge difference for only 10 miles. So everybody's like, well, why would you lower it? Well, because it gives me, 40 more percent chance of living.
Oh, right. The last thing anybody wants is to have a child crossing to get to school hit by a car going 30 miles an hour.
Yeah,
And I know myself driving, you see this, it isn't a barrier exactly, but it's going, oh, the road is narrower, I've got to slow down.
Yep,
I've got to
exactly.
slow down. And they've got that bump out going to the rec center, right?
correct.
Yes.
Harmon.
Yep.
Or
Yeah.
in the mid-block crossing
Oh,
there
yes.
with the flags.
Mid-block crossing is
Yeah.
what that's called. All right, mid-block crossing, great. Anything else that is like a wow, this is a great part of the plan?
Well,
That's
I
a
mean,
big thing
it's-
that stuck out to me.
Yeah.
It's a big
Yeah.
plan. It's always good to have a guide to be like, this is what our goal is, so that as you're moving forward and being like, hey, I want X, Y, or Z, or as they're building new developments, they take all of these things into consideration. And that's part of why we advocated for the may share the whole lane for the bikes, because the Sharrows were very good. However, most of the time they're covered in snow, and then the city had to paint those every year, and that's a cost for the city, whereas signs stay up all year. And they don't have to repaint them. They don't have to, there's not an ongoing maintenance for them.
Right, they're always there.
Yep.
They're as long as the sign is there. Well, that's great. Is there anything else that I should be talking about? One of the things that I noted was you had a plan 10 years ago, and now you've got a new plan. But is there a plan to look at the plan again, to keep working at it?
There probably will be.
Okay.
So this plan really, we tied it into some of the comprehensive planning work as well. So we're hoping that they work together. So maybe down the road, once that's not quite complete, but 10 years down the road, maybe we'll look, and hopefully the city's expanding and we can add other parts of the community to our plan.
Right.
I know the bicycle group because we help do the bronze level, we have to reapply for that every 3 years. So that's something that we are constantly looking at. What are other low-hanging fruit, or what is the next step that we can improve? And there's always good ideas out there. Like when we started the bicycle group, there was, I say we, but when the bicycle group started, we put up the Hanu bike racks was a huge
Yes.
thing, and just getting different bike expos and the fix-it stations and things like that. So there's always some small improvement that can happen. And
Thank you for mentioning the Fix-It station. I've actually used the Fix-It station.
they're handy. They have all of the bike things you need. You can put your bike up if you need to,
Right.
and all of that, and get it at a workable height. So
Right.
hopefully you weren't stranded too long.
No. I was only 4 blocks away from home, so.
Okay, good.
No, it was fine. It was just fine. Well, we live in a wonderful city, and it's wonderful to hear that, people are taking care. People are taking care of the citizens, all the citizens. Anything else?
If anyone's interested in being involved in the Coalition for Active, Safe, and Healthy Streets, or Safe Routes to School, or bike group, if you go to the Heart of New Ulm website, you can, look at all we're doing, and you can also connect with us too if you are looking to get involved.
I believe the QR codes on the bike racks also link to the Heart of New Ulm website.
Oh, very
So
good.
that was one of our things, was to get the bike trail map
Yes.
more accessible to people, because you can get it down at the city offices, but they're not open all the time. So there's little QR codes on all of the red Hanu bike racks, and so you can take a picture of that. That will also take you to the Heart of New Ulm website. It'll show you the map, but you can obviously navigate away from that. So.
Yeah, good, thank you. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jen Bauer of the Heart of New Ulm. Thank you, Ellis Jonathan of the Bicycle Group. And one day it'll warm up and we'll all be out on our bikes.
There we
There we
go.
go. Thank you. All right.